I'm going to take one pump of that. Hi everyone, it's Ziya and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a review on the Sonia Kashuk Perfecting Luminous Foundation. I've never actually tried anything from her brand before, so I'm really excited to do that. What I'm going to do is take my Eco Tools domed bronzing brush and use the foundation on one side of my face and then apply the foundation with a damp beauty sponge on the other side and see which side lasts better throughout the day. So to start, I'm going to use my Nip and Fab Smooth Viper Venom Micro Blur Primer. I know a lot of people don't think that it's fair to do foundation reviews while using a primer, but I always use a primer, so I don't feel like it would be right to do it without one, because it wouldn't be an accurate representation of how the foundation sits on the face compared to my other ones. Now I'm going to start applying the foundation. I got this in the shade Cream, which is number 3. I'm going to take one pump of that. One pump of that and dot it on my face. I'm just going to buff it in with my brush. I think the color kind of matches okay, but so far with one layer, it doesn't look like it has a whole lot of coverage. I guess this would be good for days where you don't want to wear a lot of makeup, but you still want to have a layer of foundation on that won't be too heavy. And it feels really light as well. It's almost like a BB cream. Just gonna add a second layer right here. Okay, even with 2 layers, you could still see my skin, especially my dark spot through it. So far I'm not too happy with how it applies with the brush, but next we're going to try out the makeup sponge. So far the coverage is better on this side with just one layer using the makeup sponge, but it was clean. It's not anymore. Okay, go on with the second layer on this side and see if the coverage gets better. It did build up a little bit. You could still see some of my skin underneath. It's definitely a very sheer foundation. This line at my nose, I don't think you can see it on camera. Let me get closer. There's a definite line down my nose. On this side you can definitely tell it's lighter and it's a much heavier coverage on this side. This is the side that I use the makeup sponge on, and this is the one that I use the brush on. It actually looks pretty good on the skin. It doesn't look like it's catching on to a lot of dry areas or anything, so it's a plus. Since both sides look so different, I think I'm just going to go back over this side with the makeup sponge and then do the rest of my face, and I will be right back. Okay, it is now 11:05 and I'm going to do the rest of my face and probably do my hair, and I will check in with you a little later. Okay, it is now 11:52 a.m. and so far everything's looking okay. Everything looks pretty smooth. There isn't much of a problem. On camera the color I think looks okay, but in person this color is a little pink on me. They also didn't have very many shades to choose from. We'll see how it goes for the rest of the day. I'll check back in a couple of hours. Alright, it is now 1:12. Hasn't been that long since I last checked in. It's only been about an hour and 15 minutes, I think that's about right. Yeah. Everything looks pretty good. I actually really like it. If they had it in like the perfect color, I would totally use this almost every day. Yeah, not much more to say about the foundation right now, but it looks good. It is now 4:57, and the foundation has really stuck on really well. I wish it was the right color, but other than that, it's really, really good. Usually I have trouble with it breaking around my nose, and that hasn't been an issue, so pretty good so far. We'll see how this looks by the end of the night. Okay, it is now 8:12. Hopefully you can see that. Sorry, the lighting is kind of weird now. It's getting dark outside, and so the lighting is a bit more difficult. I usually just use natural lighting, but now I have my bedroom light on, and I don't know. Maybe it even looks better. Who knows? I don't think it looks better. Anyway, earlier I was saying the foundation is actually looking pretty good. I'm pretty oily now. Like, it changed within 2 hours, I think. Yeah. For about the first 5 or 6 hours, it looked great, and then it started to break apart around my nose, and I'm looking really oily everywhere. I'm usually not very oily in most areas. I'm usually just oily around my nose, and for the first time, I'm actually getting really oily around my forehead. I don't know if you can see how oily my nose is, but it is really shiny. And so is my forehead. It's very, very oily looking. The rest of my face, I don't know if this is my highlighter or if I'm just oily. But I usually don't get oily on my cheeks. It's mostly just on my nose. This doesn't claim to be mattifying or anything, so yeah, I'm not surprised that it didn't keep me completely matte, because that's not what this is for. I tend to have dry skin on my chin and around my jawline, so it did not catch on to any of that, aside from getting oily, which can be fixed with, either blotting papers or powder. It's pretty much fine. I feel pretty good about how it looked. It doesn't look bumpy or anything. I would say if you're not oily and you want a light to medium coverage, I think this is a great foundation. However, if you're oily, I would not recommend this foundation. This doesn't last extremely long, but it is pretty good, especially if you don't sweat a lot or you're only wearing makeup for a short part of the day. However, if you're oily, do not use this foundation because it will not do you any favors. In a pinch, I definitely would use this foundation again, and I would recommend it to anybody who has dry skin. That's the end of my review. I hope this really helped you out if you were considering buying this foundation or just looking for a new one. And if this did help you out and you did enjoy the video, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!